But it's never the same without an audience, because you and I both know it's good to feed off an audience, you know. And the kind of songs I do, I don't really do, in Afrikaans they call it luister musiek. I do the party stuff. For that, I need people partying.
Hello, welcome to Dan's Got Change, presented by Bright Rock. Welcome to another week of me hanging out with somebody enormously cool. And when I say enormously cool, I say this very deliberately, because this guy is not just consistently cool, but he has been for as long as I can remember, which couples with his very annoying habit of never seeming to get any older at all, which means he is just about as timeless as his music. Hello, Kurt Darren.
Dan Nicholl, yes, what an introduction. I should take you along in my suitcase to every show.
Well, that was almost my first question, talking about shows, because it's been such a strange time for the last year and a half, and musicians in particular, and a musician like you who thrives off an audience, who just loves getting involved with people. How difficult has it been, and is that starting to change back to what it once was?
Yeah, of course, it's been immensely difficult. I mean, I've been doing what I've been doing for 30 years, you know, and it's been so weird the last 2 years, and I suppose there's obviously many people worldwide in my shoes that you just can't perform. You can perform in front of a telephone, and then we came with a nice streaming concept where we actually performed in front of big cameras and streamed it worldwide. But it's never the same without an audience, because you and I both know it's good to feed off an audience, you know. And the kind of songs I do, I don't really do, in Afrikaans they call it luister musiek. I do the party stuff. And for that, I need people partying.
You made people party for so long. You've both stayed the same and you've changed, and that might sound like a contradiction, but you've kept being Kurt Darren, but you've adapted as time has gone on. The music has adapted a little. What's your secret to that, to keep staying relevant to your audiences?
Dan, to be honest with you, I listen to a lot of music, you know, and I keep various channels on at my house or in my car. I don't listen to one sort of music. I don't stick to one kind of thing. I kind of listen to everything and kind of just get ideas of where music's going, what the taste is right now, worldwide and in South Africa, and trying to make those two meet. And I think in the kind of music I do in my English and obviously my mainly Afrikaans space, I think you can hear my production just grows every year into little different directions depending what's happening. Like right now, if you got like Weekend and Dua Lipa and things, you know, those guys are going back to an 80s kind of sound. So I've kind of adopted that for the last couple of songs just to have some fun. The nice thing about where I am in my career now, I can experiment with it. It's awesome.
You talk about music always playing in the Darren household. I'm fascinated to know what that music is. What sort of stuff is playing at home?
Depends what Kyra and Kate are watching. Depends if they're watching My Little Pony's brand new movie, or if they're watching Trolls, you know, depends. Unless I get my space. When I get my space, I watch different things on Netflix. I watch how movies were made. I love that series. I watch a lot of music stuff. We're actually sitting in my studio now, and I've got a whole movie room in my studio, and I put on a theme onto YouTube, and I just sit here for 2 hours with a glass of wine, of course, which I regularly get from your choices. Thank you, Dan. And I watch YouTube videos, you know, and I put on a certain theme, and I just watch. I just watch and I listen and I pay attention. I think if you can absorb all of that, no matter what kind of career you're busy with, you can make it work.
You mentioned a couple of names there, a couple of names of young girls. You were, and I think still are, one of South African music's heartthrobs, posters of you on bedroom walls all over the place. But it's very much Kurt the Dad. How much has that aspect changed your life and who you are?
Immensely, you know. I had a function last night, in fact. I think it started at 4 o'clock and I wanted to be home by 6. And I think the function went on till 11. I'm just not into that anymore. You know, I want to get back and I want to see my kids go to sleep. I want to be there when they go to sleep and hear a bit about their day. I leave today for Lusaka. I'm on my way now. So I know I'll only see them on Sunday again. And then I know that 2 days from then, I'm flying down to Cape Town for 2 weeks for a 2-week tour. So I get to spend as much time as I can with them. I know the last 2 years I've been very fortunate with that, but I'm getting busy again now. And it's crazy. So it's changed in that way, you know, and they really inspire me just to be better all the time. You say, I got this like, what did you call it? Like a timeless look and a timeless sound and a timeless and whatever. I think sometimes circumstances just allow you to be able to expand in what you're doing and just carry on same direction, but just growing every time. And your kids and your wife, if you've got the right wife, do that for you as well.
I want to ask you one last quick question about music. You're off to Lusaka. International travel is not unusual to you, but that might surprise some people because you're predominantly an Afrikaans artist. There's only one country in the world where Afrikaans is an official language, and yet you pop up in Germany and the Netherlands and America and New Zealand and Australia. And it's not just groups of little South Africans looking for some nostalgia. You've got fans right around the world. So how does that work? And how do you change Darren to be able to work in Dusseldorf or work in Auckland or work in Amsterdam?
You don't change it. They hire me because of the music and because of what I do on stage. It's the weirdest thing. And I'll ask those audiences, I'll say to them, you know, when I get to like Germany, or I get to wherever, America, I sang in a little town called, I'm trying to think now, it's the last proper rodeo town left in America. And it was full of these cowboys. Some of them actually arrived on horses, Banderas in Texas. And the guys were line dancing to my music. And of course, there were a few South Africans. There's expats all over the world. You can go sing anywhere in the world. There's going to be expats. But a lot of their friends come with, and new friends that are making these countries. And you get the whole of these cowboys line dancing to my music. And they dig it. To me, really, the kind of music I do proves that that music is really a universal language. You know, if you understand that beat, look at all the hits that have come before us. I said it, yeah. Remember, I said it, yeah. The whole dance vibe, whatever. As long as you understand the beat, you're gonna kind of understand what they're singing about. So for me, I can go sing anywhere in the world. I think that people are gonna feel it.
It reminds me of being at a New Year's Eve party in Sydney, and out of nowhere, Captain came blasting on from some locals with no South African connections at all. It is a universal language, and it is one in which you are most fluent, Kurt, and it's always a joy to hear. Good luck with the trip up to Lusaka. Keep making wonderful music, and I hope that as the world opens up, we see you doing what I think you do best, which is getting up on stage and giving audiences so much joy.